Next question is from Benny the Beast. How do you structure a PR day, sets, reps, etc.?
Yeah, we did an episode on this, right, Doug, where we talked about how to hit a PR in your deadlift. And a lot of the advice in there would be applied to pretty much any PR. But generally speaking, by the way, powerlifters are the best people to look towards for advice on this, because that's what they're good at. They're good at training themselves to hitting a PR on day of competition. So essentially what you want to do is the week before, you want your workouts to be easy. So you don't want to have hard workouts leading up to a PR. You want to be really rested and fresh, and that alone will make you feel stronger. You want to have good nights of sleep leading up to the PR. You want to be well fed leading up to the PR. So if you want to try and hit a PR, it's a good idea to eat in a surplus. It's going to be almost impossible to hit a PR in a deficit. And then here's some kind of little strategies that make a difference, but they're smaller. I like to resensitize myself to stimulants leading up to the PR so that when I take the stimulant, like caffeine, 45 minutes before I attempt the PR, it's got like the juice behind it. Like I really feel it and I feel strong. And then lastly, prime properly before going into the PR, because that'll give you, at least for me, it puts me in the groove of the technique better, so that I can maximize leverage and hit that number.
Yeah, I like focusing too on sticking points of the lift in terms of like segmenting it out and spending a little bit more time with either an isometric and this is basically somewhat similar to priming for that big compound lift, and to be able to generate more force there throughout the week and just have that as something I'm practicing. Really, like for me, it's about like practicing the movement and all the little nuances and things that I can account for before I go into actually performing the lift. And so like keeping the weight light, but then focusing on my grip and, how I'm actually grabbing the bar, what's the best grip for me, making sure that I'm tensing it to a point where, so for instance, if I'm doing like a bench press, I'm getting, a little bit of lat activation by like bending the bar, and I'm setting myself up better. I'm just really paying attention to all those little nuances of like how my body is able to kind of maintain the most optimal posture, so that way my force output is at its max.
That deadlift PR show we did was, I think, covered most everything that we would give as advice. The one thing I don't know if I remember talking about or not is that I think the biggest mistake made in doing a day like this or trying to go for a PR is actually not listening to your body and still doing the PR day when you probably shouldn't. Meaning, I can tell if this is a day that I should even potentially attempt it,
right,
by the way my warm-up sets go. So I have never said, oh, Friday, I'm going to go for a PR and then stay committed to it if I didn't feel it right away in the morning doing my lighter weight.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you can tell. You can tell by how in the groove you are, how easy the weight is moving and how light it feels relative to when you normally do it. And to me, like those are all the signals. It's like, okay, today, and if I haven't tried a PR in a long time, I might go, okay, this is a day I'm gonna let's stack a little more on today and see what I can do. Because I think that if you commit to doing a PR one day and just it didn't align very well for you, maybe you're still recovering a little bit from the last workout, maybe you didn't get the most optimal sleep that you thought you did, or you weren't as fed as you were before, I won't still try and attempt a PR if I can tell the warm-up sets are tough.
That's good advice, because that's how you hurt yourself, right? If you get hard-headed about it and you feel like, oh, this doesn't feel good, but I'm going to do it anyway. PRs inherently come, or attempting PRs, I should say, inherently come with a lot of risk. A PR, it means personal record. So this is a weight you've never lifted before. And so the risk is much higher. Risk of injury is much higher than with any other lift. So you better feel good and ready. And if you don't feel good and ready, then don't try for it. And by the way, if you're not sure, work your way up to it. I do a lot of sets leading up to a PR, a lot of sets. Yeah. They're not workout sets, they're test sets. And I go up and then I go up and I go up. I don't go like warm up, boom, jump to the PR.
Right.
That wouldn't be very smart.